going to be for the coming days. How do you approach the beginning of a new day? Morning, startup, workflow. How do you make the best of your whole day by making the best of the first hour of your day? So hold on, we're going to go through this quickly. This is going to be part of an introduction to a longer workshop and series, but I think this will give you some mileage just if you take these basic principles and apply them. Some of them you're probably already putting into practice, but others you are yet to do so. So let's get going. A guide to a focused and productive workday. Number one, what's the reason for it? What is the power of it? Why does your first hour matter? It sets the tone for your day, for the whole day. It boosts your clarity. It improves your productivity. It does these things by pointing you in the right direction, helping you get your feet on the ground, helping you get established. It gives you a good start to your day. So how do you do this? You have to begin by preparing your atmosphere of the morning. And that involves looking at your environment. What is the lighting? Have you turned them on? You're trying to work in the dark. Do you need music? Or is music a distraction for you? If you need music, get it going. Get the right kind of music. Not just what you enjoy, but what makes you more productive. Is your workspace tidy? Are there as few distractions as possible? So create the right kind of atmosphere and do that. And then sit down at your desk and review your calendar and priorities. You want to check your meetings, your deadlines, your blocks that you've set aside for your deep work, and you want to adjust your priorities. So you take the time to look at your whole day. Don't let things on your calendar catch you by surprise. There's some things you put there and you forgot you put there, and you need to be aware of those. There are times, hopefully, that you have planned to do some deep work, not little 5-minute and 15-minute segments. Do you have deadlines coming up? Don't let the day catch you off guard. The next thing is you need to check your emails. This is the world we live in today. And you need to triage your emails. And that means there are 3 categories you put them in. They're urgent items. They are items for quick reply. And there are follow-ups that you need to take care of. Now, that's not really the triage. That's just kind of some of the things you do. But maybe it's now, by the end of the day, and later. But do your own triage. You can use some of these categories that are in here, or you can, you want to get the junk mail out of the way. You don't want to give that much time, but you also don't want it to pile up. So next, set some daily goals and intentions. I know that you've done that already, but do it again. Define 1 to 3 high impact tasks, and then set clear intentions for the day. Write down what the outcomes are going to be in terms of your workflow. What will you have done? By the end of the day, I will have done this, thought this, decided this. That's a part of your first hour of work. Next, you want to plan for breaks and self-care. You're going to need some time to move around. You're going to have to hydrate. You're going to need a coffee break. You're going to need lunch. You're just going to need to get up and walk, maybe across the room. Maybe you're going to need to step outside. A lot of this presumes that you have that freedom and that you're in business. You own the business. You're working for yourself, and you know what's going to make you most productive. That walk to the mailbox is not necessarily wasted time, because you've had time to refresh yourself. What if you plan some time to walk around the block after you've processed a lot of information, and you have to make a decision, but you need to clear yourself, your schedule, you need to clear the air, you need to have a change of environment to let it sink in. Amazing how things create more clarity with a walk. And then review your progress from the previous day. This is also part of, the whole planning process. Reflect. What were the completed tasks? What were the unfinished items? What were the obstacles? Give them some thought. Try to understand the whys and the wherefores, and then the what am I going to do about it stuff. Is there stuff I have to take care of that I didn't take care of yesterday? Then organize your digital files and workspace. When is the process of organizing over with? It never is. You put some things in documents that should be categorized yesterday. You have some filing that is not efficient. And other people, think about if someone were to come and try to look for something that made sense where it was stored, but they needed to find the information because you had to take a sudden trip to Madagascar and you're out of range, but they need that file and you've given them permission and access to find that file. Is your filing system logical enough that they could find it? So sort your files, clean your downloads. Don't just let them pile up because everything important will get lost. Reset your desk and digital environment. This is a part of what you used to do with paper. And for me, it's easier the way we do it today, digitally. Then prioritize your communication tasks. What key conversations and important messages do you need to receive and send? What phone calls? What texts need to go out? Who do you need to meet with in person? Do you have someone assisting you with this? That's fine. But you have to drive the force. You have to organize it. You have to plan it. And then review your team updates and collaboration tools. Check whatever tools that you use to confirm statuses and expectations. This is just a list of some of the online tools that are out there and they're very effective. There are others. Then you want to stay abreast. You're in business, so you want to stay abreast of what's going on in your industry and the industries that affect your industry. So don't get lost in this, but skim the industry updates, avoid deep dives. I like to use the LinkedIn aggregator of business news and other kinds of news. And I use other kinds of aggregators for other interests that I have. And if there's one I need to stop at and process a little more, I know to do that, but you're skimming. And then you want to have kind of a closing ritual for this process. And that means that you look back, maybe you lean back in your chair and you say, okay, this is where I am. I'm going to reaffirm it. Whatever, maybe it's a spiritual ritual for you, maybe it's just a mindfulness ritual, but you want to take some deep breaths over this thing and then prepare for a successful start. And then, you know what? Then you come to kind of a blank screen, and that blank screen represents the rest of your day that hopefully is going to be very productive and is going to bear fruit for you. If you want more of this, you can contact me for my SCORE clients. Contact me at tom.sims@scorevolunteer.org. For the rest of you, you can always find me at my link tree, which is /Tom Sims. That's linktr.ee/Tom Sims, or workshopstogo.com, or all over Facebook and LinkedIn and places like that. So if you would like a copy of this slide presentation, do get in touch with me. All those places, you can send an email and say, I'd like a copy of that. If you'd like more information, let me just say there's a huge and productive library at score.org. And if you'd like a free mentor, you can go to score.org and find a mentor. If you want something, deeper and more long-term, there are all kinds of wonderful coaches out there and business mentors that can do things. But you want to see what you can get absolutely free from SCORE. And most of our workshops at SCORE are very low cost. They're not no cost, but they're low cost. And that's enough for today. There's a longer webinar attached to all of this. If you're following this on YouTube or Substack, we'll probably get you that information in the next couple of weeks as this fleshes out and develops. All the best to you, and may you have a successful day in your business, profession, or ministry.